Can
Yeah,
you tell us a little bit
because
how you're managing or how you're approaching the market and what your typical analysis looks like?
so I focus on my trading plan. So instead of having daily targets, I actually have weekly targets. Why? Because when you have daily targets, it pushes you to risk more. Because obviously you'll be wanting to risk more in order to reach a certain target.
Hmm.
Because let me say my daily target was set to be 1000, and then I end up making maybe 500 that day. Of course, I'll be tempted to enter the market when you don't even have a proper setup. You'll be tempted to enter the market and risk just because you want to reach that certain target. So for me, I have weekly targets, and
Hmm.
I don't trade on Mondays. I trade only Tuesdays to Fridays. Why do I trade on Mondays? It's because I try to study the market, because obviously it's a new week. It's a new week. I want to monitor everything, what's happening in the market, what are the changes, what did the market decide to do in that what direction is it taking? What direction is it taking based on
Hmm.
the since I'm a financial trader, what direction is it taking, and in which direction is it taking, and where are my key areas, so that I know when I happen to get a new signal, I know which direction or where to find my entry levels and how much to risk for that certain type of trade.
Okay. So you're only trading Tuesday to Friday, right?
Tuesdays to Friday, and if there's no news during that week, I stay off the market. That's how I respect my strategy. I respect the way that I trade. If there's no news, there's no trading for me. I'm not gonna. It's not that I don't know how to trade technicals and other form of strategies. It's just that when it comes to let me give you an example of technical analysis. You People believe, there's a lot of traders. I mean, they like they say, trade what you see. I understand the concept of that and the rule of that. I mean, everyone has their different way of approaching their entries and all that. But as for me, when I'm trading technicals, there's a lot of things that I have to focus on, like the main five or six confirmations that I have to confirm. I have to confirm that, okay, let me, for instance, if I'm looking for a sell entry, this is a sell entry example. I have to wait for the market to either go into a resistance level. Once it goes into that resistance level, that's my first confirmation, and then I have to wait for the second confirmation, which is a candlestick confirmation, and then comes the third confirmation, which is gonna be a change of character, and then my fourth confirmation, which is gonna be a break of structure, and then my fifth confirmation will be a certain pattern. And remember, if you don't have patience, you end up taking risk, and I don't like risking, especially that I'm grateful for the opportunity that I got from companies like this prop firm and other prop firms. I mean, this is the good thing about prop firms. So for me, I'm not trying to take an advantage of that. I'm grateful for that opportunity, so I'm not trying to risk the company's funds. So I have all that patience, to the patience to wait for all my confirmations, and then I'll take my trade. And remember, when you're trading technicals, it's not always that your entry, the market will come at your entry, and sometimes the market might come at your entry when you are probably asleep or away from your charts. So that's why I prefer fundamentals. So I mean, the news already gives you a certain time when the news is gonna be released. So for me, before I sleep, if I notice that my calendar says we have GBP news tomorrow at 9 in the morning, so all I have to do is analyze my favorite GBP pair. I'll see in what direction it might take off, and then once I wake up and then check my news release updates, then I'll know that, okay, my this is what my news confirmation said. So this is where I'm looking to enter and all that, and this is my exit area. So that's simple. I don't have to waste my time being on chats 24/7. or having to stress about having to wait for my 5 confirmations and all that. And sometimes it's always luck that the market might go into your resistance and then it decides to fall, or it might go into support, decides to rise without having to go through other 5 confirmations or 4 confirmations. But for me, I respect my confirmations. So no confirmations, no entry. That's why if you go through my account, the ones that I passed and got funded with, there's no losses, there's no single loss, there's no losses in them. It's all patiency and news and fundamental strategy. That's it.